Wastewater treatment plants are important stopover points for migrating waterfowl. They are a stable, undisturbed habitat with a large population of aquatic invertebrates due to the nutrient-rich waters. Usually they have a late freeze-over date and an early thaw. Lately, there have been a lot of buffalo heads hanging out the plant in Albertville, sometimes as many as 100. They are the smallest diving duck. Usually they will practice synchronized diving so they can forage together. You'll see a large flock and suddenly they'll all be gone. They often leave one lookout duck that doesn't dive. They only stay under for about 25 seconds, so they will resurface soon. They do manage to swallow their prey while still underwater. The divers stay in the middle of the pond, with the dabblers like shovelers and mallards on the edges. The divers didn't arrive until November, with the exception of this female lesser scalp, which is hung out at this pond most of the summer. This is also the time of year where you can find shallow ponds full of coots and mallards just ready to explode if they see you sneaking up on them. These mallards that are grouped up on large ponds at the Crowhassan are probably heading south, but many small flocks will find enough open water to stick around all winter. At the Crowhassan, we are also starting to see more red-tailed hawks hunting rabbits and squirrels and mice. I was excited to have a black-crowned night heron visit our pond. He first showed up on October 30th and made almost daily visits for fishing trips until November 13th. They are pretty rare in Minnesota and breed mainly in the south and west. However, there have been more postings in the metro this year than I noticed in years past. This one is a juvenile. They don't look much like the adult plumage, which they don't get until age 3. Our pond often has a green heron fishing in the same spot. Green herons prefer wading, and they even use lures such as insects to help them catch fish. Night herons, as the name implies, do more of their feeding at night. However, as you will soon see, this guy was plenty active in the daytime. Speaking of nighttime, the November 5th full moon was shining through ice crystals high in the atmosphere, causing a lunar halo. These usually indicate approaching precipitation, which is just what was predicted for the opener of deer season. As I sat in my deer stand near the Mississippi River in northern Minnesota, I couldn't help but thinking there might be more swans migrating than Canada geese. I was also thinking, brr. Fortunately, I had a heater and junior mints. When the sun finally made it out, I could hear pine grosbeaks visiting the crabapple trees. The next day, I got some iPhone footage of their interesting feeding techniques. I was impressed by the way they could hang upside down to reach apples that were hard to get. There was probably as many as 20 on a tree, with a couple of males. They didn't mind me standing there watching from 5 feet away. If only the deer had been so social. The northern lights were out in full force on November 11th. It was the strongest geomagnetic storm since May of 2024. Even in our very light-polluted suburban neighborhood, it was easy to see them. For the first time, I was actually thankful that it gets dark at 5 o'clock, because I didn't have to stay up late at all to enjoy the show. And now more night heron fishing. I think the daytime feeding is because he is hoping to migrate soon. Usually these guys are more likely to roost in colonies, so this guy may have been delayed in his trip south. I had to wait very patiently with the camera for his stealth techniques to pay dividends. I also managed to find a blue-winged teal that was reluctant to migrate. They are usually gone by now. When the night heron showed back up again on the 13th, I was about to walk over to him with my iPhone and show him a Google Maps route to Florida. But I think he finally caught enough fish to be on his way. Back at the water treatment plant, the shovelers were foraging in a circle. They do this to create a vortex which keeps food items suspended in the water so they can filter them with their unique bills. They do not even have to put their full face underwater and can keep one eye on me photographing them. I remember the days when my grandparents would get the VHS camcorder out if a pair of Canadian geese were in the yard. Now I'm trying to look past them to see what divers have shown up. And there is one I'm looking for. Redheads are one of the most attractive ducks. There were a few mixed in with the buffleheads. Despite making a few return trips, they were always just out of reach of a quality photo with my 400mm lens. Water treatment plants are highly guarded, so you can't really relocate for better photo location. Redheads are capable of tipping up to feed like dabblers, but I think they prefer diving. Actually, the redheads were mostly underwater or sleeping, but I did spot one canvasback mixed in with them. The water treatment plant is also home to one of the largest bald eagle nests I've ever seen. Maybe they'll do a little aerial courtship in the months ahead. All right, it's a beautiful November day and the Vikings are doing awful again. So Lucas and I are out hunting for a saw-whet along the Mississippi River here near Fridley. Okay, it's supposed to be just east of Highway 65, so there's the highway right here. And we're gonna try to head in towards the creek. This is like Rice Creek, must flow into the Mississippi River. So we're gonna head in and look in this buckthorn. So we're looking about head height or something. Okay, hang on. Looking anything thick. Oh. Is that it?
Okay.
Someone had found this saw-whet the day before, thanks to blue jays mobbing it. While the saw-whet is a fearsome hunter, it's weird that blue jays would feel threatened by a bird even smaller than they are. On our walk in, we heard blue jays making a lot of racket, so we searched an area west of the highway. But as it turns out, the owl was still perched in the same area where it was originally found. They are very nocturnal, so they aren't going anywhere during the day. They migrate more than other owls, and I'm sure this one just followed the Mississippi River south. They are certainly one of the cutest owls, but the immature owls are even cuter, with a completely different plumage. It's rare to find a saw-whet, and they seem to be only around the metro in the winter, so finding babies would really take some work. Saw-whets have the most asymmetrical ears of all owls. They use them to help locate prey. They can kill up to 6 mice in a hunt, but they usually save the meal for the next night. In the winter, they will sit on their catch for a day to incubate it until they are ready to eat. Hopefully this will be another great winter for finding owls.